All right, guys, so we got to talk about a story that is a little confusing and a little weird, okay? But I'm going to try my best to explain what's going on here, as we have some woke high school students out of New Hampshire that are protesting a new bathroom policy that bans urinals, right? Now, I know you guys will probably scratch your head about, okay, like what's going on here? That the high school is banning urinals. Well, let me try to explain why they're banning urinals. Well, the reason why they're banning urinals is because the initial bathroom policy for this school district was that they allow students to use the bathroom based off their gender identity. So whatever a student, believes they are, they can use the bathroom based off of that. Now, a parent and another member of the school board came forward with a new policy proposal, a common sense policy proposal, to have students use the bathroom based off their sex at birth. Now, this came in response to an incident that happened, I believe, at the district's middle school, where a transgender girl used the girls' locker room, okay? And parents clearly were upset with that. They had a problem with it. And so this was proposed to change the bathroom policy. Now, the school board ultimately decided to do a compromise, right? And the compromise is limiting the number of students in bathrooms / locker rooms and, banning urinals, okay? So essentially, they have covered up all the urinals in the boys' bathroom, and you only can use the bathroom in the stalls, okay? So that has limited the number of students that can use the restroom at one time. Now, the students are complaining and protesting over this because they say that the limitations on using the bathroom are causing them problems. It is causing them issues. Now, they're saying that there was nothing wrong with the original policy, right? They're protesting in favor of allowing students to use the bathroom based off their gender identity that they choose. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and play a couple news clips here so you guys can understand more about what's going on, and then we're going to get into it.
Trash bags over urinals and limiting students in bathrooms and locker rooms to the number of stalls. A new policy implemented this week by the Milford School Board.
None of us actually asked for any sort of change. The whole issue arose from something that happened at the middle school.
A heated meeting Monday night brought forth a proposal to change the district's bathroom policy, which allows students to use whichever bathroom aligns with their gender identity. The proposal would require them to use the bathroom associated with their biological sex.
I've actually suggested a few times that we just make all of the bathrooms single use. People argue that all of your bathrooms at home are unisex, and we've never had any problems.
Superintendent Christy Michaud says the district is working to come up with a compromise, but that's easier said than done. One thing they're looking at is floor-to-ceiling stalls, but there would be some hurdles.
That's going to be quite expensive. It will be. And it's not likely something that we'll be able to, even if funded, and the board does choose to allocate funds to that kind of a project, that we'll be able to do until summertime.
Ultimately, she says the goal is for all students to feel comfortable at school.
There's a lot of passion on both sides of this conversation. Finding sort of a win-win or a compromise is really hard to do.
And the next school board meeting is scheduled for February 20th. The superintendent says there is a chance that this limited bathroom policy could be revoked before then. Live in Milford, Hannah Cotter, WMUR News 9. Milford High School students staging a walkout Friday in response to the school board's bathroom restrictions that limit the number of students who can use the facilities to the number of stalls available.
Nobody asked for this. Nobody but the few parents who complained to the school board asked for this.
The board voted on the measure on Monday after a proposal was brought forth that would change the district's bathroom policy, which allows students to use whichever bathroom aligns with their gender identity. The proposal would require students to use the bathroom associated with their biological sex, male or female. While students agreed they do not like the current bathroom restrictions.
We're all a high school, and the fact that you see this many people out here right now ready to kind of stand against the school board just kind of signifies that.
Some have different opinions about what should be done to address the larger issue.
As a female, I don't think that it's safe to have males in our bathroom.
This is creating just a complex system of inequality within our LGBTQ plus students.
Teachers, parents, and administrators tell News 9 they're happy students were able to come together peacefully.
proud of our students. I really am.
This is what gets the attention needed to make a decision that's best for everybody.
And I've reached out to every board member, and the ones who've responded say that they hear students' concerns and that this is an issue that will have to be brought up again. The next board meeting is scheduled for February 20th. Live tonight in Milford.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. And now, oh my God, it always amazes me how these students find, time and effort to protest everything except education, right? They protest everything except what they actually go to school for, okay? But I guess that is by design, right? Our school system, our public school systems basically don't want to educate our kids on anything useful. They want to educate them on being LGBTQ BLM activists. And you're seeing that right now with this story, okay? They're literally trying to be activists because they want to keep a policy that allows girls and boys to use the same bathroom. And they say that they're being inconvenienced by the compromise from the school board, which they probably are. I mean, I'm pretty sure that is an annoying policy. Like, I get it. Having limited people use the bathroom probably means that, again, students are waiting to go to the bathroom, and that probably does get in the way of classroom time. So, again, I 100% understand it from that perspective. Now, again, here's the problem. Because these students claim that, well, there was no issues with the prior policy. Well, the problem is that there actually was an issue. The issue is that there was an incident where a transgender girl went to use the girls' locker room, right? Or girls' restroom, okay? And girls in there, biological girls, were uncomfortable with a biological boy being in the bathroom. Clearly, parents are not comfortable with this, okay? So that in and of itself is an issue. So what you do is that you change the policy to a common sense policy. You say, no, you use the bathroom based off your biological sex. Problem solved. And any transgender students that have a problem with that can just go use the single-use stalls. It's really that simple, because how many transgender students realistically do they have in that high school and that middle school? Maybe a few dozen, if that, right? If that, okay, statistically speaking, should be less than that, but who knows? Again, these kids, they're super woke, okay? So there might be more, who knows? But regardless, there's still such a minority that you're not really inconveniencing anybody by just saying, look, if you're not comfortable using the bathroom based off your sex at birth, then just use a single use. Everybody's happy, because I guarantee you there are more girls that are going to be uncomfortable using the bathroom with biological boys. And in this case right here, you have teenagers who most likely have not, got their Johnson cut off, right? So they're still swinging, right? So they're probably going to be more uncomfortable. There's going to be more girls that are going to be uncomfortable with that than transgender students who are going to be uncomfortable using a restroom based off their sex at birth or having to use a single use restroom. I don't understand why is it that the feelings of such a small minority are always prioritized over everybody else. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. And I just love when people bring up this like false comparison. They say, well, at home, the bathrooms are gender neutral, so why can't they be in public? And I'm like, are you really that dense? Are you really that stupid, right? To not see the difference between using a public restroom and using a restroom in your house. Okay, first and foremost, in your house, you're with your family. You're with people that you actually know, okay, that you live with every single day, okay, or guests that you actually know. Second of all, most bathrooms in houses are going to be single use, right? You're only going to have one person in there at a time, okay? I don't have a problem with gender neutral single use, restrooms or whatever. I have no issue with that. I have no issues with that whatsoever. What I have a problem with is when you have restrooms in public that are supposed to be used by multiple people at the same time that are gender neutral. That is when it becomes a problem, because I don't want to go into a men's bathroom and have a woman using the bathroom. I don't want to do that. That's uncomfortable for me as a man. It is. So again, I'm trying to figure out why in the world is the feelings of a majority of the population are always put to the back seat when it comes to the feelings of a very small minority of the population. This is what I don't understand about this issue. Because I don't think it was anything wrong with the proposal to change it to a common sense policy of, yeah, use the bathroom based off your biological sex. I think that issue, you have no issues. Yeah, the transgender students might whine and cry about it and talk about how they feel in danger and yada, yada, yada. But again, they're a small minority and they can go use the single-use restroom. That way, most students, right, or all the students really for the most part are going to be comfortable using the bathroom, and, you know, young girls don't have to worry about using the bathroom with boys. Or, you know, a boy who is not transgender who may take advantage of that, you know, policy in some way to use the restroom with, you know, a girl, right? Or to try to, I don't know, sneak a peek or do something crazy. Stuff like that happens. And policies, you know, like the original policy open the door to that type of stuff happening. And if it happens once, that is one too many times. That is a young girl's life being ruined because of a silly policy that should have never been in place from the start. But again, the feelings of the woke, right, take priority over everybody else. And it just happens in every single situation. And it is extremely, extremely, extremely annoying. And I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. Okay? These people's feelings are not more important than everybody else's. They're not, right? So I don't understand why we have to continue to capitulate to this stuff when, again, the common sense policy should make everybody happy. It really should. Right? And really, to be honest with you, again, the minority should be capitulating to the majority. They should be trying to say, hey, I need to do whatever makes everybody else comfortable. Because ultimately, that makes everybody comfortable. But they don't want to do that because, again, it's about special rights, not equal rights. Special rights, not equal rights. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.